And now it is my great pleasure to introduce Sheryl Cates, who's been standing to the right of me during the awards ceremony. She, of course, is the Chief Executive Officer of the National Domestic Violence Hotline. Sheryl is a national leader in the movement to end family violence with over 20 years of experience in victim services, program development, executive leadership. In addition to growing the hotline into one of the largest organizations in the country solely dedicated to this issue, her vision and leadership made the Love is Respect National Teen Dating Abuse Hotline a reality. Sheryl has served on numerous national boards and commissions, and in 2006, she helped create the hotline's National Decade for Change Summit, which brought together people from across the country to begin this blueprint for ending domestic violence in America. Please welcome Sheryl Cates. I'm thrilled, of course, to join Gretchen and thanking each of you for being here and being a part of this monumental, I think, in terms of what we're celebrating tonight. Our 2 millionth call, expressing help and hope to those who need it. I think that's one of the things that I feel like is a huge accomplishment, that people can call and get connected to their local resource anytime, anywhere in the United States and its territories. It's a very special honor to be able to do that at a part of this Vital Link Awards. Also, with it being October's Domestic Violence Awareness Month, where we all have had family or friends or coworkers or someone who we know who's been involved in violence or who knows someone who's been involved in violence, that we can honor their life and their survivorship during this month, and not just this month, but specifically during this month, and say that we are glad that they're alive and that they're here to tell their story, and that we're here in case they're not here to be their voice. It is a tragic thing with domestic violence, and we've seen it with Jennifer Hudson and how the spectrum of family violence can affect all of us. I think that all of us would agree that that is a tragic and egregious situation of family violence. I want to express my sincere thanks to Linda Benjamin, the NDVH staff, and the National Advisory Board members and committee members for all they've done to make this night a success. Could you please stand up, Linda, the NDVH staff, the National Advisory Board, because many of you are here tonight just because of your success that we're here, as well as the committee members that helped us make this successful. Please join us in that. We also have a host. Special, and I think you already know this, but our host committee, which was led by Jackie Pierce, she's the epitome of volunteerism. We had all of the things you see in terms of the tables and pieces that were special for this evening are because of GFWC, and we want to again say thank you for all that you've done. Of course, I would be remiss if I didn't say a very special thank you to Rose Kirk. She's the chair of the National Advisory Board and the Domestic Violence Hotlines. She is superb in her counsel, her advice, and her leadership. Rose, would you please stand as well? I think I have one of the most exciting awards for this evening. It's my privilege and honor for me to present this 2008 Vital Link Award to a corporation which has become a true partner in our work. And as you know, corporations are not just an entity in itself. It actually is made up of people. And I couldn't tell you how honored I am tonight to the people that I've learned and come to know as more like a family in their work to end domestic violence. The Verizon Foundation, a national philanthropic leader in supporting local and national organizations, concentrates on the critical issue of domestic violence education, prevention, and victim empowerment. Verizon and Verizon Foundation have set a very high standard for excellence in corporate responsibility toward this issue. Verizon Foundation not only supported our Decade for Change National Summit in 2006, but they've taken the lead, and their team members were there every step of the way, investing many days, many nights, in helping the panels identify solutions to a collaborative effort to end domestic violence nationally. And that was not just to end in terms of ending it. We know that it may not happen today or tomorrow, but we did have a vision that said we want to significantly reduce it in 10 years. And eventually, I hope in my lifetime, as you heard from Gretchen's introduction, that I'm 25 years in the work, And while I'm a fossil, I guess if you'd say, I didn't start at 4 in this work, so I am getting more along the age line, is that it has been a privilege of the people that I have met, the differences they've made, and that they themselves, in terms of Verizon, embody this with their heart and their soul, and they've really taken this to a new level to make the footprints that we are seeing today in terms of domestic violence. Leading Verizon Foundation's dedicated team and programs is Patrick Gaston, President of Verizon Foundation. He is also responsible for the philanthropic strategy, grant-making, and initiatives that further the Foundation's areas of education and literacy, family safety and health, and employee volunteerism. It is my distinct privilege to present this 2008 following award to Verizon Foundation, Patrick Gaston. I forgot to, medium banner. I didn't want to turn it over. In recognition of Verizon Foundation for outstanding service and support to ending domestic violence in America, October 28, 2008, the National Domestic Violence Hotline. We've chosen this today. It's very different, as you can see, in terms of its award, but it's about freedom. And it's about those women who have and deserve the right to live free from violence.
That's really wonderful. Thank you very much. Good evening, everybody. How's everybody doing? I'd like to choose my voice a little hoarse. This is really a wonderful thing. Cheryl, congratulations on the great work that you do in leading NDVH in this important cause. It's really terrific to be able to partner with you. I think we can get it done with partners like you. Congratulations to all of tonight's honorees and the outstanding work that all of you do. You know, I'm really only here to accept this award, but it's on behalf of Verizon and so many of you engaged in this work. You know, at Verizon, I like to think we have you seen commercials at Verizon? Have you seen it's the network, right? Well, we have the Domestic Violence Network at Verizon because it takes leadership from all levels, and it takes the grassroots employees to be engaged in this in order to make the kind of effort and the kind of impact that we are. So if you would, please recognize all of the Verizon employees. If Verizon employees, please stand up. I know, this is exciting, isn't it? This is exciting. I'm not putting anyone on the spot. In order to do good philanthropy, at least at Verizon, what we believe in doing is to leverage our considerable resources, that is our technology, our cell phones with the Hopeline program, our great partners, our great employees, and I think that's reflected in the kind of effort that we're being recognized here for today. But we know that the work is compelling and it should be done, but we have a lot of work to do. It also takes great collaborations, and I know that NDVH does great work, but so many of you in this room and your organizations that you represent are engaged in this work, and it's important work. You know the statistics, you know the impact that it has on our workforce and our communities, and we can't have that. We have to eliminate violence as a community, and that is in partnership with the private sector, the community-based organization, and also the private sector needs to also be part of the solution. So Verizon is really indeed honored. I'm honored, but I know that this honor is a renewed call to action, and you have our commitment and our pledge to continue this work. Thank you.
Enjoyable responsibilities tonight is to introduce our next special speaker, Rose Kirk. You heard her name mentioned before, Vice President of Distribution for Verizon Wireless, and is responsible for the company's national sales distribution operations, including enterprise and wholesale. That sounds like a complicated job, Rose. She's recipient of the numerous national awards, including a Chairman's Award from the CEO of the New York Times, and is actively involved in numerous boards, organizations, all of this which further the cause of positive, healthy relationships for women and children. Rose has become a visionary and dedicated leader in the Hotline's mission to prevent and end domestic violence. Please welcome our final presenter tonight, Chair of the Hotline's National Advisory Board, Rose Kirk.
It is such a pleasure to stand here tonight and to actually represent two things that are very near and dear to my heart. First of all, the cause to end domestic violence and to create healthy relationships within our communities, our homes, and our families. And for me, that's just not something that I do to fill a resume. It is personal, and it is a passion. Because when I was a little girl at 15, I watched my sister become a victim of domestic violence. And unfortunately, my sister is no longer with us. So this cause is very, very personal, and I thank you for being here. And it is with such pleasure and honor that I stand here as an employee of Verizon, and Verizon Wireless in particular. And I am so excited to work for a corporation that is committed to a cause that many would not take on. And I am so proud that we were honored tonight. And Patrick, thank you for your leadership. And Martha Delahanty from Verizon Wireless, thank you for your leadership with this cause. And let me also thank you, Gretchen, for being a wonderful MC tonight. We really appreciate your leadership, and a special thank you, as Cheryl had indicated, to all the members of the domestic violence community that are here to help us in this particular issue and to move our society to a point where we have healthy, happy, and positive relationships. So give yourselves a round of applause for being here tonight. And it's just a reminder, those we honor this evening are stellar examples of the incredible impact individuals and organizations can make on the many challenges facing our nation today. As we have all come to realize in this work, it is vitally important to have role models and advocates who reach millions through the vast outreach of television. And our cause is furthered when individuals utilize their own screen characters to carry a message of courage, survival, and triumph, and to carry that message in such a manner that it penetrates the screen and moves victims of domestic violence to action. Our final honoree of the evening does just that in her television role as Lieutenant Anita Van Buren on NBC's award-winning series, Law & Order. In this role, Epatha Merkerson exemplifies a devoted advocate for violence victims in the criminal justice systems. Epatha Merkerson is an American Golden Globe, Screen Actors Guild, and Emmy award-winning actress. She also has received 2 Tony Award nominations for her outstanding work on Broadway. In her amazing Emmy-winning Law & Order role, she has reached millions through television and has helped us better comprehend what victims of violence go through. She has done so by enabling American viewers to understand the many obstacles law enforcement officials face in bringing safety to survivors and justice for victims. I am genuinely honored and humbled to welcome our friend Epatha Merkerson, a distinguished artist and recipient of our 2008 Voices for Change Award. And our award says, in recognition of Epatha Merkerson for raising awareness about issues and advocacy for victims of domestic violence, October 28, 2008.
Thank you, Rose. You know, as I sat there, I realized that what I had written to say would pale in comparison to the folks who are standing here before me. I'm truly honored to be in this incredible group of honorees this evening. And I didn't quite know what I had done until I heard Rose. Because what I do is truly not rocket science. I'm an actor. It's something I've always wanted to do. I was encouraged by a family of siblings and a very strong mother who was a victim of domestic violence. Sisters who were victims of domestic violence. So the character that I play on Law and Order is a very important character just in terms of my development as an actor, to continually find the integrity in the character, and that you honor Van Buren this evening is really a testament to my fight for her integrity and the honor that I've had to be on a show for 15 years. So thank you for this beautiful, extraordinary honor, and to put me in this group of outstanding people. I'm having a hot flash. Thank you so much. Oh wait, I have to be cute. I can't see with down with. You gotta get cute.
Well, I certainly have been humbled by the speeches tonight from these people, and it brings me back to the memories of what I discussed at the top of the evening and my own personal involvement in this cause. It forever changed my life, and I was certainly grateful to be a voice of the media in reaching so many people in doing 30 stories, unheard of really, 30 stories on domestic violence. I know that we saved lives in doing those stories, and I'm so proud to have done that when I hear the stories of these individuals tonight, so thank you very much. And this does conclude the recognition of our distinguished honorees. Our sincere gratitude to all the presenters and guests for joining us for the 2008 National Domestic Violence Hotline Vital Link Awards. Everyone invited to stay, eat, drink, be merry, and get up at 6:45 a.m. to watch Sheryl Cates.